Well, hi everyone, it's meteorologist Terry Swails. You're on tswails.com, and this is your midday weather briefing for a Tuesday. And it's going to be a toasty afternoon out there, lots of warm temperatures and high humidity. And as a result of that, there is a heat advisory in effect through the afternoon and early evening hours for much of eastern Iowa. You can see along and west of the Mississippi there is the region that's involved in the advisory. And that's where heat index values could get up there around 100 to 105 degrees during the afternoon hours. But one thing that's going to help out a little bit here is some cloud cover that developed from thunderstorms last night. Now these came out of central Iowa and worked their way southeast through southeastern Iowa, and now the storms are running south of the line from about Galesburg to southeast of Burlington. They're in a weakening state as they move on to the southeast. And we told you these things could kick up last night, and sure enough they did. And what's happened is that because they formed, there's a little bit of residual cloud cover around, and that's blocking some of the incoming solar radiation. And because of that, I think we can take a few degrees off the afternoon highs. Here's some of the clouds I'm speaking about, and obviously the thicker ones are down where the thunderstorms are occurring, but still enough out there to keep the high temperatures this afternoon right around 90 from about Interstate 80 on to the south. And so that's down about 3 or 4 degrees from what we would have been at had we not had the clouds around. But still, very warm temperatures, and more importantly, lots of humidity out there today. These are the dew point values that we're expecting around 6 or 7 o'clock this evening. And the dew points on this model, the high-res NAM, are up around 80 degrees, even some low 80s in extreme southeastern Iowa and west central Illinois. This could be overdone just a little bit, but I still think a very good chance that some of the dew points could get as high as 78 to 79, and that with temperatures of around 90 will create those high heat index values. And it also creates a lot of instability, and these are the CAPE values that we're looking at as we get towards the early evening, and CAPE stands for Convective Available Potential Energy. So if you can get thunderstorms to pop in this type of air mass when the CAPEs are up there around 5,000 joules or higher, well, they can really take off. But I think there's going to be a very inhibiting factor today, and that is warm air aloft. That's what's known as a cap. And if we cannot break the cap here today, despite the fact we've got all of this instability, there won't be much in the way of thunderstorms. This is a simulated radar here that was late in the afternoon hours, and you can see a few storms trying to get going up there, southwest of Dubuque, maybe Dubuque County into Jackson County. But just really, I think, going to struggle a little bit today due to the lack of good forcing and the warm temperatures aloft. So despite the fact we've got all that instability out there, I think that storms are going to be pretty scattered, and I don't think anybody's going to really see a lot in the way of rainfall, and some places won't see any at all. But because of the potential, the Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk for severe storms out from southeastern Wisconsin back into extreme eastern Iowa and on down into Missouri, Kansas, and some sections of Illinois. So there could be a stray strong storm around, but right now I'm not overly thrilled about the prospects thanks to the strength of the cap we'll be dealing with today. Here's the 500 millibar jet stream flow that's bringing us the warm, humid conditions, but it's already beginning to break down. A strong cold front, as we say, is going to be coming into the area tonight, and that'll be pushing on through here by Wednesday, so we're looking for a big drop in temperatures and humidity levels by the time we get to Wednesday. In fact, I'm seeing some indications that our dew points, which are going to be up around 80 tonight, could be down as low as 50 by Thursday morning. So you talk about scouring out the heat and humidity. It's sending that tropical air right back down into the Gulf of Mexico. And here's what our storm track looks like for the weekend. And another very vigorous disturbance will be rolling into the upper Midwest. You can see it there located over Minnesota and North Dakota. That should bring us some showers and thunderstorms to start the weekend out. And then once that moves on by, look at the trough that forms in the eastern United States. This is just remarkable for the hottest time of the year. You just don't expect to see a penetration of cool air in troughs like that into the eastern half of the nation at this time of year. But it's sure going to happen. And once again, that is going to mean another big cool down for us. And here you're looking at the temperature anomalies for the 28th of July. So we're out about a week here. And temps from eastern Iowa off into the Ohio Valley going to be running 20 to perhaps 24 degrees below what is typical. And that should keep the temperatures right in the low 70s across much of this area at a time when readings should be up there in the mid 80s, perhaps 90s if this was any more close to a typical summer. So the bottom line is we've got plenty of heat and humidity out there today, but that'll be breaking tonight, and as it does, there could be some scattered strong storms, and then cooler, drier air settles on in here for the middle of the week, and that's just going to get cooler and drier as we head towards the weekend, and we have ourselves some real pleasant weather to look forward to after we get through today's heat and humidity. So that's your weather briefing for this Tuesday. We'll be keeping a close eye on the thunderstorm situation as the day wears on. Thanks for visiting tswails.com, and as always, roll weather.